just moments away. More on their plan on when students could finally return to the classroom. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for WMBF News at 5. I'm Meredith Helline.
Glad you're with us. I'm Eric Weisfeld.
Thanks for being here. I'm Meredith Helline, and we do want to get you started with the weather tonight.
That is because fall is definitely moving in now. In fact, Jamie's word of the day is crisp for the rest of the week.
We have heard him say that a lot, but Jamie also says get ready for possible washout this weekend. The Chesterfield County Sheriff's Office says 3 people were killed during a shooting along Society Hill Road. The picture Hopkins paints in that letter of more than a dozen officers in military gear ambushing his home is drastically different from the accounts of officers who were there and those who investigated the shooting.
Richland County Sheriff.
And now that historic day has finally come. Let's go live tonight to Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold. Let's send things out to Florence now, where there's a restaurant scene there that is absolutely hopping, especially during restaurant week. It's family owned, and they hope you give them a try when they open soon. Here's tonight's This is Carolina. Chief Cribb says the cause of the fire remains under investigation, but arson is not suspected. Overall, it was sold out. 800 tickets gone, even a waiting list, we're told. And this morning, a community from all over has been coming together to honor the life of Sergeant Terrence Caraway. I've been here all night, and you know, if you guys take a look at this, this is a very sobering scene of the destruction of Hurricane Matthew. Now, I want you all to take a look at this video that WMBF News reporter Josh Robertson shot last night. Marissa, though we may not be able to see what happened there last year, it's still pretty fresh in everyone's minds and something they still face every day. Barr back in the hot seat today as his budget hearing gave way to more questions about special counsel Robert Mueller's report. We've been following it all morning, and I've been in the back for a few hours getting some content. And one of my friends actually sent me in this video of this red Jeep that someone must have been driving on the beach today. Well, they didn't get it off the beach. What we've been saying is, you know, when we have these big storms, we have the storm surge issues, but we've never had something tangible like a Jeep, something as big as a Jeep, that we can watch see the power of it.
We're just about there. I know you are excited.
Almost there, you know I'm excited. I was so pumped to find out I get to be here on top of Ripley's, believe it or not, in downtown Myrtle Beach, overlooking the festival site here behind me. And like Sean said, hey, no rain right now. You can see, though, it is pretty windy.
Yeah, there you
Holiday excitement. You know what else is exciting? In just 3 days, the Democratic presidential primary race makes its way to Horry County for the stump. It's one of South Carolina's longest Democratic campaign traditions, dating back, get this, to 1876. Investigation continues this afternoon after police say a home in Longs was hit by gunfire. Officers responded to the area of Pine Needle Drive around 5:45 last Friday night.
Humidity once again early next week for some more rain chances.
That is an October treat, if I've ever heard of one.
Yes, it is. Definitely looking good.
3 holes in, I think, before they said, no, we can't do this anymore. And then now a beautiful day, just a light breeze that's coming in. You can see behind us, there's not much going on. That's because everything wrapped up pretty much at 5 o'clock.
Long time for this day to arrive, Meredith.
I have, Eric, and you know, you left something off of that list: music, good time, golf. You left off sunshine. We have this beautiful sunshine this year that we haven't had in a couple of years. Last year even getting canceled, which I know was tough on all the volunteers, all the people here. And I have Matt Jones with me right now, who is in charge of all the volunteers at Monday after the Masters. It's a great day to be here.
It is. It's beautiful.
For me.
And we're going to keep ratcheting it up a little bit.
It's an L39. This is what I rode in yesterday. It was quite the experience. I just wanted to give you an up close and personal view. I got in right here. Pilot Scott Farnsworth drove right there. You had to stick your feet in these things right here to climb up in there. And they've been part of rescues all weekend long. You say yesterday, though, was your busiest day. It didn't take long to find something here in Lumberton. As soon as we got here, this is what we were greeted by. You can already see a road washed out here. WMBF Facebook. We are very high up now in the trees because we're with the Raina McDonald Volunteer Fire Department out of Roland, North Carolina. I'm here with Aaron Ladd. We're on their water rescue vehicle here. Just look at that. For a place that you always see the oyster beds every day at the bottom, mud flats here, completely flooded up to the docks and in people's backyards as well. Such a tragedy here in North Myrtle Beach. Now, there was one couple in one of the condo buildings. A supervisor with North Myrtle Beach Public Safety was able to safely get them to their safety. No lives lost here, just complete fire devastation, Eric.
And Meredith, let's talk about the fact that
you know, things like this, it's even not even just Cherry Grove. We're all coming together in the PD and the Grand Strand because it's not just the people in this area that have experienced devastation with Hurricane Matthew. I mean, even though it was reduced to a Category 1 or 2, this is huge.
And as the governor, we just...
We all ice cream!
With your good news tonight.
Oh, this is awesome!
I'm Meredith Helline. There's probably no one that understands the seasons
We've been growing cotton for a long, long time.
like a farmer.
My granddad's family was from Dillon County. He would run his route through this area working for Armour Meat Company. He saw one of the local farms here and just had a real impressive tobacco crop on it. He bought it in 1960, so we've been here ever since.
4,550 acres.
Here we go.
As far as these little eyes can see,
I passed you.
Tate and twins Tobin and Tyson are weaved in Woodard family farm tradition.
Ty would always joke saying that I was a city girl.
But the family matriarch,
But I've definitely done and seen and been a part of things that no longer qualify me as a city girl.
is growing a new crop on the farm.
That was about December of 2017. The Lord just really gave us a vision for making blankets from our cotton.
100% Woodard cotton blankets.
We have put our hands to each and every one of them.
Darlington County, South Carolina made.
It really was just a natural thing of like something that already is just a part of our home.
100% from the heart.
We call it cotton with a cause. Just taking it further than ourselves. And so it's really just been a fun journey.
A story unlike many others. While at Tracy's parents, Tobin, 3 months old at the time, spiked a high fever. It got worse overnight and was admitted to the Children's Hospital the next day.
It wasn't long that he was there, maybe even within an hour or so, that they did a spinal tap and found that he had bacterial meningitis. And so the type of bacteria that he had is a pretty destructive one.
On Christmas Eve, Tobin underwent brain surgery.
We really just celebrated that Christmas with just more joy than we had ever had before because he came out of surgery and he was doing great.
Tobin was in the hospital 35 days. Doctors told the family his illness could keep him from developing past 3 months old. But like a Woodard in a tough season, they kept their faith.
And right before we left the hospital, he had another MRI. He had so many tests and procedures and different things along the way. And the neurologist looked at us and he was like, "This is a miracle."
All right, let Tobin get him, honey.
Thankful for Tobin's health, the family didn't forget the blanket that wrapped them in comfort and care.
Our first nurse there, she gave us a blanket. So that's even how all of this came to be too, is that connection with a nurse that we didn't know beforehand, and she just gave our family a gift of a blanket, and it was a reminder of the Lord just covering us and taking care of us during that time.
5,000 pounds of Woodard cotton
They just get better the more you wash them and use them.
is weaved through these beautiful cotton blankets to cover others.
When this all came to be, and we were just thinking about a way to make that come full circle, for every 10 that we sell, we donate one to the Children's Hospital.
Tobin is happy and healthy, keeping up with his sassy twin sister and older brother, like nothing ever slowed him down.
You're not riding up Gator without me.
They're learning the twist of the yarn the way they know the turns of their land, like the seasons and the farm. The blankets are not part of who they are. From the cotton gin to the spinner, the thread plier and the weaver, each is part of their story.
And that's, really part of being a farmer is just being resilient.
With your good news from Darlington County, I'm Meredith Helline.
Want to go up? Where's your brother?
Like a lot of little boys, Keegan Ruggieri loves fire trucks.
Mommy sprays the bubbles on the wall, and we put it out with the water in the bathtub. Yeah, man.
And he wants to be a firefighter too.
Because they help people.
But there's something about Keegan that makes him unlike other little boys.
All of a sudden one day, 2 summers ago, Keegan started waving to us and saying hi, and eventually they started bringing cookies out.
Like I said, it just started as one little bag of cookies for his fireman friend, and it's since grown into a cookie extravaganza.
So Keegan has another name to the firemen on beach patrol and at Station 1.
You'd hear, hey, the Cookie Monster's up on 42nd. So if crews switched or when they're switching districts or heading, in and out of that district, they're always like, I'm gonna go see the Cookie Monster.
Thank you.
At this point, they do it so often that we don't even get out of our beach chair anymore. They just go and do it themselves, and they carry on their own conversations with the firemen.
It's not coming off.
Besides playing with the gadgets and seeing his fireman friends, this 4-year-old will tell you the same thing when you ask why he does it.
Because when you do kindness comes back to you.
And he only wants one thing for Christmas.
Well, the ultimate fire truck.
What does the ambulance do? Does it help take people to the hospital?
The firemen have a Christmas surprise of their own as a thank you to the Cookie Monster.
It does, yeah. It's kind of big like a ladder truck, isn't it?
Opening one bay at a time.
Then what's the truck in the last bay, do you know?
Till the very last one.
Let's see what's in the last bay. Hey, whose fire truck do you think that is?
I don't know.
Do you think I can fit in that truck?
No.
Do you think Mr. Christian can fit in that truck?
No.
Do you think you can fit in that truck?
Yes.
Yeah?
I mean.
Well, that's your brand new fire truck, buddy. Look at that.
Driving his own battalion chief's SUV. Decked out in Myrtle Beach Fire Department swag. Just like a real fireman.
Smile King, you just got an ultimate fire truck.
Let's turn around.
Woo!
Even making sure his little brother took it for a spin right after him. Because when you do kind things, Keegan said kindness comes back to you.
All right, let's go eat some breakfast.
All right.